Hi, in this video I'll teach you about Model View Controller. This is a design pattern for implementing user interfaces. Here are some examples: desktop, websites, and mobile apps. Alright, so here's a diagram. So Model View Controller has three components: Model, View, and Controller. The controller modifies the model and modifies the view. Your view is your user interface, and it'll have buttons and maybe some other UI that sends user events to the controller. And then your controller, when it modifies the model, if it's changed, will send change notifications to the view. And sometimes it's useful for the view to be able to access the model data, and these are called state queries. Alright, so the model. This is the component that holds program data, also known as application state, and those access methods are called state queries for the view. And in classic MVC, it notifies the view of changes. So here's the tic-tac-toe example. Up here you have the board, a 2D array of strings, and right here you can request the board, and this is used by the view to query the state of the model. And then here the controller has a method to change one of the positions. So if it's empty, we can set it to an X or an O. It will be stored in player, and then the view will be notified of the changes. Alright, so the view. The view is the user interface, and it has buttons and labels, and it shouldn't have too much code logic. Well, the logic should be minimal, only what you need to make the user interface. Alright, so the controller. The controller holds your main program logic, and it manages the view and the model. So the view will have buttons, and when those buttons are clicked, it'll send an event to the controller saying, "Hey controller, this button was clicked." And then the controller will have some logic, and it might modify the view, and it might modify the model. And if it modifies the model will then send the view, notify the view of the changes in the model. And then again, sometimes the view will need to access the model data, and those are called state queries. Alright, so why use MVC? Parallel development. So UI designers and programmers can work on the program at the same time, and they don't need to know about the programmers don't need to know what the UI looks like, and the UI designers don't need to know how the code works. Alright, and the code can be reused efficiently because of the modular design, and the components can be easily swapped into new programs. It's also a nice way to organize your program. Alright, so don't get confused. KMP mentioned in lecture alternate MVC. So this is similar to MVC, but now the model and view have no communication links, and they only communicate through the controller or the mediator now. So yeah. Alright, and here's a nice diagram from lynda.com to end the video, and you can just pause it if you want to look at it. Thanks. Bye.